Hi, my name's Kev Hedges. I'm the CEO and co-founder of NannyPod. Welcome to our pitch deck. NannyPod is a vast network of babysitters, nannies and infant care specialists and parents seeking short-term and long-term childcare. We started the company about 5 years ago, and essentially short-term childcare is parents looking for date night appointments, last-minute childcare, or perhaps kids being picked up from school activities. Long-term childcare is really defined as a family looking for a part-time or a full-time nanny. These are sometimes known as nanny placements or nanny matches. So there's a quick overview of the industry and what we do. As I said, we started the company about 5 years ago, and we quickly identified problems in the short-term childcare space. Essentially, these consist of overpriced apps and platforms like care.com, parents having limited access to babysitters, which we sort of call a gold dust mentality, scheduling and payment problems, and also the trust element of finding people that they can actually rely upon. In addition, nannies and babysitters want to pick up jobs on the fly. They want to pick up last-minute childcare jobs on demand. We also discovered a lot of problems with the long-term childcare side of the industry. So traditional nanny agencies have very messy pricing. They are expensive, sometimes charging $1,000 or $1,500, maybe even $2,000 to a family to find a long-term nanny match, even if it's part-time. Their processes are slow and archaic, and if the family wants to put their child in a daycare instead, then there's usually a wait list. And then lastly, we realized that it was quite easy for a family to circumnavigate the nanny agency. So we started NannyPod 5 years ago to build a proof of concept, and we racked up around 3,000 families. We acquired around 7,000 babysitter and nanny applicants, and we did around 7,000 bookings on our platform. Parents spent $1.3 million through NannyPod on childcare. So what did we learn in this 5-year period? Well, we actually learned quite a lot. We found that parents keep having kids. So there's always going to be a need for short-term and long-term childcare. We found that parents like making last-minute requests, and they like being able to pay precisely down to the exact minute, choosing the location and the number of children, and entering any special notes about the children, for example, if there's any allergies or where they need to be picked up from, etc. They're also happy to pay convenient transaction fees, and they like optional background checks, but they don't like paying automatic subscription fees that recur each month or each year. On the childcare side, we found that babysitters and nannies like to work for local families they know within their sort of local network, perhaps a friend of a friend, and they like to set their own pay rates. What they hate to pay is any fees at all whatsoever. Childcare providers do not like paying fees. We felt that nanny agencies are sort of dead in the water, and the competition is massively overpriced. So that's what we learned in our 5-year period of doing our proof of concept. So what's the solution? Well, the solution is the new NannyPod app and the new NannyPod platform, where parents can find, book and pay for childcare. It's free to all parents and all childcare providers, and the short-term childcare solution and the long-term childcare solution actually complement each other. They are catalysts to each other in our business. The connectivity app solves short-term childcare needs fast for families. Parents can go on and request and schedule and pay for childcare in an instant, and they can pay quickly and easily with their debit card or their credit card or PayPal or Apple Pay, whatever they choose. They can even use their dependent care FSA account through their company, which is where they've put money into a pre-tax account, a bit like when you put money into a 401k plan, and they can use that money to pay for childcare. The app is free. The only way we make money is through actually a negligible transaction fee when parents pay the babysitter or nanny after the appointment. Parents can also create their local little pod or their own sort of mini group of their friends and their babysitters via their address book or their Facebook account or their Facebook group or LinkedIn account, and that will help drive users into the app. If parents are looking for a long-term nanny, like a part-time or a full-time nanny, then they can use the Match-O-Vate feature, and that's an artificial intelligence nanny match personality algorithm, which is an extra fee, but it's dramatically less than the fees that traditional nanny agencies charge, and it's also dramatically less than the competition. So who's our target market? Well, there's 83 million families in the United States. 12 million of those families have $100,000 of income per year or more, and they have children under the age of 14. And we got that data from the care.com annual report in 2019. There's also 7 million families using government tax benefit plans valued at $5 billion. So as you can see, the addressable market is pretty compelling. So let's take a quick look at the competition. As you can see, they're kind of expensive. Sitter.com, Care.com, Urban Sitter, they all have kind of high monthly fees. And NannyPod does not have any monthly subscription fees at all whatsoever. We actually only have a transactional model. So let's get into the sexy part of the presentation, where how we actually make money. So as I said, our platform is free to all parents and all childcare providers. We only make money through a transaction fee and a credit card fee. It's a negligible fee. It's a $2 transaction fee and a 20-cent markup on the credit card fee. And we charge that fee when the parent pays the childcare provider at the end of the appointment. We're betting that in the cashless society into which we're entering, the majority of people will go for the convenience of using NannyPod and use the app to schedule, book, and pay for childcare. If the family is looking for a long-term nanny, part-time or full-time, they can choose to use the Match-O-Vate artificial intelligence feature for a one-time $250 fee. It may sound like a lot, but again, it's dramatically less than the competition and 90% less than going through a traditional nanny agency. If the parents want to do a background check, we charge a simple $10 markup. So how do we scale? How do we grow our company? We've actually dedicated 3 slides to this section. We felt it was very important to identify and articulate how we're going to grow our company over 5 years. And we have 9 clear phases, essentially over a 3-month period. Each phase is about 3 months. At the beginning, press releases and PR campaigns to help drive search engine optimization. There are a massive amount of mom blogs out there with a huge following. One of the big ones, for example, is Denver Mom Blogs. There's another one called Mommy Poppins. There's another one called Scary Mommy. And essentially, we're going to pay to be pushed out through those blogs and get the word out about NannyPod. We have a free way for parents to schedule and book childcare. We're already doing a massive amount of SEO and lead generation through our website, and we have been doing for about 5 years now. But in addition to that, we'd also like to tap into the massive amount of Facebook groups and moms groups that are networks of babysitters. We actually, there's one in Charleston called Charleston Area Nanny Network. It has about 8,000 members. And it's literally heaps of mums going back and forth, messaging babysitters and nannies, asking, hey, can you, babysit tonight at 6 p.m. or on Saturday, at 3 p.m. And it's just such a, cumbersome way to access childcare. So we're betting that people in those groups will gravitate towards our platform very, very quickly once they hear that it's free and the transaction fee is so negligible. Phase 5 is where we tap into corporate benefit plan providers. You may not know this, but 67% of businesses in the United States have dependent care FSA plans. As I said earlier, they are just like 401k plans where parents put money in with pre-tax dollars and then pay for childcare with that pre-tax money. And most companies offer a debit card, so they can just attach that into their account and pay for childcare through our platform. Again, cashless society. Phase 6, we really love this one. Social media gurus, the big influencers out there. This is obviously very popular at the moment, where people with 100,000 followers can push the word out about a brand literally overnight, and people know about it very, very quickly. And we actually have a list of these major Instagram influencers in a Google Doc across the country. Phase 7, we're going to copy the Uber approach, where it's a give one, get one, where we actually give a parent a small dollar amount, and if they invite another parent, and we give that parent a dollar amount too. We actually know one of the key executives of Uber who said that this was one of the best things that they ever did at Uber to help Uber grow their company, and we're going to copy that. Phase 8 is partnerships with major brands. We actually already did a test of this with a baby learning app called Kinedu, and you basically create a coupon which helps attract parents into the platform. And then lastly, standard stuff with regards to parenting publications, money mailers that people receive in the post, and coupon booklets. So we have a very clear strategy on how we're going to scale. So let's get into our capital raise and how we're going to spend the money. So I'm actually the co-founder, as I said, and I put in $50,000 of my own money at the very beginning to start this company. And I would say I've put in around $25,000 back into the company each year. Over 5 years, I've taken literally a very small amount of money back, maybe several $1,000s, not much at all. It's definitely less than $10,000 that I've taken back from the company. I've paid all the bills, we've broken even almost every single year, and as you can see, we generated a large amount of traction, and we have a very clear vision on where we're going. So we'd like to raise $1 million through a convertible note. We will spend $500,000 of that building the new connectivity app, and $500,000 of it through our marketing strategy, which I just articulated. And as you can see, we have a 5% interest per annum, $5 million cap, and a $3 million floor, and an 18-month maturity. Our exit strategy is extremely clear. Our goal is a 5-year exit strategy. We would like to attain 1 million users doing 1 booking per week. And that will give us around 114 million in annual recurring revenue with a 5 to 6 times multiple. That should translate into a $600 million exit for us within 5 years. And I'm pretty confident that having recurring revenues across broad geographical markets across the United States should be a pretty attractive acquisition for a private equity firm like Catterton, or maybe even an adjacent brand like Target. Obviously, we could sell to the competition too. So again, my name's Kev Hedges. I'm the CEO and co-founder of NannyPod. We are a C Corp. We're trademarked. And if you'd like to connect with me and hear a bit more, please book a phone call or a video call through this link here. It's nannypod.com/call. That's definitely the easiest way and best way to get hold of me. If you have any trouble, you can also text message my direct number right here. Thanks again. My name's Kev Hedges. I'm the co-founder and CEO of NannyPod. Thank you for listening to our pitch deck.